This story happened in 2021. Vivian shared an apartment with two co-workers, Tina and Linda. The building was tall but old, and since Vivian had moved in last, the 2 bedrooms were already taken. She had no choice but to set up a makeshift bed in the living room. One evening in July, Tina, who lived in the smaller bedroom, invited her boyfriend over for the first time. Linda suggested they all watch a movie together, but that meant taking over the living room. Vivian reluctantly agreed. Tina doesn't get many chances with guys, fine. But then came the awkward twist. The boyfriend turned out to be an upperclassman from Vivian's college, someone who'd once pursued her. He pretended not to recognize her, but his constant grinning in her direction made her skin crawl. She wolfed down her food, mumbled an excuse, and fled the apartment. She wandered outside until around 10:30 p.m. when Linda texted, "He's gone, come back." Relieved, Vivian headed home. But as she reached the building's entrance, a man in a white tracksuit sprinted out backward. The fabric swished loudly as he moved. Vivian froze. Before she could process it, the figure zipped past her, close enough to stir the air. She dropped to the ground, shaking. The man kept running backward, his pale face locked on her. He wore old-fashioned sunglasses, and his lips moved in a chant. Jie, Jie, Jie. Then he was gone. Heart pounding, Vivian entered her building and called the elevator. When the doors opened, he was inside, standing with his back to her, head tilted up, staring at the ceiling light. Jie, Jie, Jie. A dry chuckle escaped his throat. Vivian stumbled back. Just then, 2 neighbors approached, stepping into the elevator like nothing was wrong. "Aren't you coming?" one asked. She shook her head violently, but she couldn't run outside either. What if he was waiting there? Trembling, she dialed Linda. The call connected, but the line echoed, as if Linda were in a vast cavern. Then a man's voice, distant and distorted. "Wait for me. I'll come get you." The elevator dinged. The door slid open. Linda and Tina stepped out. "We got worried," Linda said, dragging Tina along. "You were taking forever." Vivian nearly collapsed in relief. Back in the apartment, she checked her phone. No outgoing call to Linda. They reported the incident to the building manager, asking to review the elevator footage. "Come back tomorrow," the building manager said. "The supervisor's gone for the night." Vivian slept fitfully in the living room, listening to scratches at the lock all night. She didn't dare check the peephole. The next day, the security footage showed nothing. That evening, Tina's boyfriend returned, arms loaded with snacks for another movie night. Too uncomfortable to stay, yet too scared to leave, Vivian hid in Linda's room, playing solitaire on her laptop. Then, a knock at the front door. "Who's there?" the boyfriend called, heading to answer. Before Tina or Linda could react, he swung the door open. A gust of wind blasted inside, toppling drinks off the coffee table. Vivian cracked the bedroom door just in time to see the white-clad man sprinting backward past the doorway. They didn't let the boyfriend leave alone that night. After that, small things began vanishing. A dropped cup, no sound of impact. A fallen necklace, gone without a trace. No more sightings of the runner, just a creeping sense of wrongness. 3 years passed. Tina eventually married the boyfriend and moved out. Vivian took over her old room. By then, collecting Buddhist prayer beads had become trendy. Vivian bought a string, idly rolling them between her fingers each night. One evening, half asleep, she felt the beads slip from her grip. She clutched them. Something yanked back, hard. The force nearly dragged her off the bed, toward the space underneath. Before she could scream, the man in white shot out from under the bed, bolted across the room, and vanished through the door. Suddenly, every lost item, cups, spoons, rings, rained onto the floor. After that, Vivian moved out. She never saw the man in white again, but sometimes, late at night, she still hears it. Jie, Jie, Jie.